Shabbat shalom.
Oh, yeah.
Good, how are you?
So you guys will call the pages?
Yeah, that's okay. Shabbat shalom. Ready for Kiddush?
Alright.
Kiddush. Ladies and gentlemen, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Welcome to our Friday evening Shabbat services here at Bethel Congregation in the beautiful Gorn Chapel. We're going to begin our service, as is our tradition, with Kabbalat Shabbat, beginning on page 12 with Yedid Nefesh. Yedid nefesh av harakaman meshok avdecha el retzoneka yarutz avdecha kemo aya yishtachav elai lai 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 אל מול הדרך תרב לו ידידותך מתנפץ סוף לי 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 בכל טעם La 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 la. We turn to page 22 for the beginning of the 95th Psalm, L'chuna Ranena, page 22. L'chuna ranena, l'chuna ranena, naria letzor yishenu, lekad mafana betoda, bezmirot naria lo. כי אל גדול אדוני ומלך גדול על כל אלוהים אשר בידו מקרי ארץ ותועפות הרים לו לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לאדוני לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לאדוני. Page 24, the 96th Psalm, starting at the bottom of the page with Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Metagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, ותגל הארץ. יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלואו. 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 ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. Psalm 97 is found on page 26, and we'll be singing the bottom of the page. Or zarua לצדיק, כל ישרי לב שמחה. אור זרוע לצדיק, כל ישרי לב שמחה. אור זרוע לצדיק, כל ישרי לב שמחה. כל ישרי לב שמחה. אור זרוע לצדיק, כל ישרי לב שמחה. כל ישרי לב שמחה. אור זרוע לצדיק, כל ישרי לב שמחה. אור זרוע לצדיק, כל ישרי לב שמחה. Page 28. In the middle of the page, Zamru Ladonai. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor Vekol Zimra, Bakatat Vekol Shofar, Hariu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai, Yiram Hayam Umlo, Tebel Veyoshveva, Neharot Imcha Uchaf Yachad Harim Yeranenu, Lifnei Adonai Kiva, Kiva Lishpot Haaretz, Lishpot Tevel Betzedek, Ve'amim Be'mesharim, Yiram Hayam Umlo, Tevel Ve'yoshveva, Neharot Imcha Uchaf Yachad Harim Yeranenu. And on the bottom of page 30, Or Zarua. Or Zarua Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu ramemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu ramemu. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu ramemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu ramemu. And on page 34, the final Kabbalat Psalm, Psalm 29. משמאל לדוד, אבו לאדוני בני אלים, אבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז. אבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש. כל אדוני על המים, אל הכבוד הרים. אדוני על מים, על מים רבים. אדוני על מים, על מים רבים. כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני בהדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון וסיריון, כמו בן רעמים, כמו בן רעמים. כל אדוני חוצה זהבות אש, כל אדוני יגיל מדבר, יקיל אדוני מדבר קדש. כל אדוני יחלל איילות, ויכסוף יערות, ובהקולו כולו אומר כבוד, כולו אומר כבוד, כולו אומר כבוד. אדוני למבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. את עמו, את עמו, את עמו בשלום.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks. As we transition into the Ma'ariv service from Kabbalat Shabbat, we'll do that with a special song.
How sweet it is,
How sweet it is
to come together,
and sing a song in the name of God.
Inemato, umanayim, shevet achim, gam yachad, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorah, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorah.
We pause at this time to remember with reverence the yard sites of our beloved departed that are observed tonight on the 18th day of Kislev. Sylvan Harris Better, Gabriel Kamhate, Harold Foxman, Jack Garson, Meyer E. Grossfeld, Cantor Saul Z. Hammerman, Leon Kelman, Beatrice D. Cuff, Gloria Leibowitz, Nathan Laurie, Max Nasder, Lois Ginsburg Shapiro, Esther Sherman, Jacob J. Shockett, Sonia Ruth Snyder, Simon Solomon, Ruth Stein, Paula Vernick. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may all of their memories forever be a blessing in our world and in our lives. And will those people who are observing a yard site or in a period of mourning please rise and join me in reciting the Mourner's Kaddish, which you can find on page 124. Yid Gadal Vid Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Bialma Divra Cherutei Viamlich Malchutei. B'chayei Chon uviomei Chon uvchayei Dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kari vimeru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rab Amavarach Leolam U'Me'omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'miran bi'alma v'yimeru. Amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. May your loved ones' memories be a blessing. We turn now back in our Siddurim to page 38 for Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamol v'zakol b'dibur echad. Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shamo echad. L'shem u'tiferet v'lithilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor habraka, Merosh mikerem nesukra, Sof maaseh b'machshava techilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Mikdash melech yirmelucha, Kum mitzi mitokafeka. Rav l'shevet be'emek habaka, Vehu yakamol alayhi kemela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela.
We rise and turn to page 40, the final stanza.
Boi v'shalom materet ba'ala, גם בשמחה, בשמחה וצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואו יקלה, בואו יקלה. לך הדודי, לך הקהלה, הנה שבת נקרא, לך הדודי, לקראת קהלה, הנה שבת נקרא.
We remain standing and we extend our condolences to those of our community members who have been bereaved over this past week. This week, we extend our condolences to the family of the late Eric Beal, to the family of the late Mark Hulnick, the family of the late Howard Cadenow, and the family of the late Alan Cash. Please join together with me on the bottom of page 41 as we extend the traditional words to our mourners. Hamakom yinachem etchem betoch sha'ar avalei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May the Holy One who comforts Israel grant you solace in your bereavement. Remain standing and turn to page 50 for the Baruch Hu.
Barechu et Adonai HaMelolach.
Baruch Adonai HaMelolach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMelolach le'olam va'ed.
Everyone may be seated. We now turn to page 51 and are excited to invite Julie Slan up to lead us in a responsive reading. Page 51.
O Lord, your word brings on the evening twilight, the heavens proclaim your glory.
And we, your creatures on earth, behold in wonder your endless miracles.
Help us to recognize your guiding power in distant galaxies and in our own souls.
Teach us
Teach us
your
your
law,
law of
righteousness, and love,
so
so that your spirit may govern our lives.
lives.
Source of peace, bless our worship. May our meditations find favor in your sight.
May our gratitude for your wonders lead us in love to your service.
So that, like the changing seasons, the days, the nights, our lives too will proclaim your glory. Amen. Thank you.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני אמרי ורבי.
Page 52.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. יהם חיינו ועודק ימינו ובהם נגה יומם ולילה ויהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך בכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בצדק ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continuing quietly on page 56. And we join together in the middle of page 57. Therefore, keep these words of mine in your heart and in your soul. Bind them as a sign upon your arm and let them be a reminder above your eyes. Teach them to your children, speaking of them when you are at home and when you are away, when you lie down at night and when you rise up in the morning. Write them upon the doorposts of your homes and upon your gates. Thus your days and the days of your children will be multiplied on the land, which the Lord promised to your ancestors, for as long as the heavens remain over the earth. Continuing on page 58.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continuing in the middle of page 60.
ומלכותו ברצון ובלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לכאן ושירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדל בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ובניך, וקיים לפני משה. זה ליאנו ואמרו, זה ליאנו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פעלה אדוני את יעקב וגרו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We now invite Susan Neiman to come forward and to lead us in a responsive reading on page 63 in the middle of the page.
Help us, O God, to lie down in peace, but teach us that peace means more than quiet.
Remind us that if we are to be at peace at night, we must take heed how we live by day.
Grant us the peace that comes from honest dealing, so that no fear of discovery will haunt our sleep.
Rid us of resentments and hatreds, which rob us of the peace we crave.
Liberate us from enslaving habits, which disturb us and give us no rest.
May we inflict no pain, bring no shame, and seek no profit from another's loss.
May we so live that we can face the world with serenity and with grace.
We feel no remorse at night for what we have done during the day.
May we lie down in peace tonight and awaken tomorrow to a richer and fuller life.
Amen. Thank you.
Ushmol tzedkenu, uvoenu lechaim ulshalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Page 64. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחייקון וביום יקון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבם מברך, לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשא בריחו לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. ושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא, ואמרו Amen.
We rise and we turn to page 69 for the Amidah, which is recited quietly in the evenings. Page 69 through page 76.
שלום רב על ישראל עמך ועל כל יושבי תבל. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך ועל כל יושבי תבל. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך ועל כל יושבי תבל. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Everyone can be seated, and we turn to page 80 for Vayachulu.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם.
80.
ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה. וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו. כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו. אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
Page 82.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק אלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון קונה שמיים וארץ מגן אבות בדברו מקיים מתים במאמרו האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו איבם רצה להניח בהם איבם רצה להניח להם לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד בין הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שבי ומניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית יתגדל ויתקדש שם ירבח תלמד יבדק חירותי וימליק מלכותי בחיי כל ובכל נפקד כל בישראל בעגלה בזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבם מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתברך וישמע ויתנשא ויתדע ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקודשה ולכו לאל אמין כל ברכתה ושירתה ושבחתה ונקמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן תתקבל צלותון ובאתון לכל ישראל כאדם ובהון בשמיים ואמרו אמן יהי שלמה רבה משמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו Amen.
It is now our privilege to invite up David Levine, who is the son of Stephen Levine and Jill Baldinger Levine, to lead our congregation in Kiddush. I'd like to invite everybody to stand, please, as we turn to page 90. And for a first time, becoming a bar mitzvah, David.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam boreh pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'rasa banu v'shabbat kodsho be'avar v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra et kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shakoshecha ve'avaru v'tzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. Take a slug.
Mazal tov.
Yeah.
Missed that day in rabbinical school, the donning of the lavalier day. They had a whole day dedicated to that. This is a lavalier, this thing. You don't believe me? So just December 1st today, December 1st, which means, what? Hanukkah's coming. Yeah, Hanukkah, actually, a week from today will be the first day of Hanukkah. So candles, you light candles Thursday night. Next Thursday night will be the first candle. But more importantly, well, I shouldn't say more importantly, but getting into December, it means that It's a Wonderful Life is going to be on TV. Multiple times a week, probably. Right? This is the time of year. If not now, when? So it's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Most of us in the room are old enough to be quite familiar with it. So 1946 was when the film was released, and of course stars Jimmy Stewart, okay, good, and he plays George Bailey, right? And if you remember the story, he's kind of having a hard time, and is actually, the beginning of the film is on the edge of a bridge and considering jumping off the bridge, and he's saved by what the character that will become his guardian angel, which is Clarence. Clarence is his name. Good. Yeah. So I'd like to think with you for a moment or two tonight, just about guardian angels. And this morning in Minyan, a few of you were in Minyan this morning, and we talked about in Minyan the story in the Parsha where Jacob wrestles with the well, in the Torah it says Ish, which means man, although in the course of the story it becomes pretty clear that it's an angel that he's wrestling with. That seems to be sort of what would be called the pshat, would be the plain meaning of the text. And from that point forward, after that angel wrestling, the direction of Jacob's life really changes. I would argue that his character changes from that point forward. The Jacob who before sort of was relying on deceit to kind of get around and navigate his world and his relationships doesn't need to do that anymore. And of course, there's a name change in that moment as well. And his name is no longer Jacob, but it becomes Yisrael. It becomes Yisrael. And I just think it's worthwhile to pause, maybe tonight because of that story, and just in general every once in a while, and to think about who are the guardian angels that you've had in your life, you know, that they may not know what they've done for you or said to you, but there was this interaction, and in maybe a small way and maybe in a big way, it actually changed the direction of your life. Now, what's interesting to me about the Jacob story is, and it sort of recontextualizes guardian angels in a way, or the idea of guardian angels. Normally, you think of the guardian angel, and Clarence is like this in It's a Wonderful Life, sort of like warm and fuzzy, you know, and kind of like with love and gentle nudging, and will kind of get you going in the right direction. And I think that is one kind of guardian angel. So, you know, it might be this interaction, again, you had with somebody, and they just said a kind word to you on a day when you needed to hear a kind word. And it makes a difference. Like, it really can change the direction of your day and maybe your week and maybe in some ways even your life. So there's that kind of guardian angel. But I think the Jacob story and the wrestling there, you know, there are guardian angels that actually what they do is they kind of kick you in the tush. You know? No, really. I mean, and you need that too. You need that too. Sometimes someone's got to come along and say, hey, you know, wake up. Like, you're not doing it the right way. And that can be sometimes a difficult moment for you, but if you're able to listen and have a sense of perception about what that interaction is all about, those interactions also can kind of, you know, push you in the right way. So I had, I want to tell you about two guardian angels that I have had interactions with. So one was today in Wegmans, okay, which is evidently where guardian angels hang out. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I was looking for something. I'm very limited in terms of my grocery shopping ability, as my wife Gail will tell you. But it was kind of an odd item. I was looking for actually chia seeds. I was looking for. I have no idea where to find. So this guy, you know, is working at Wegmans, and I said, like with some trepidation, because not uncommonly in those interactions, you kind of are met with sort of a gruff response, you know. But I said to this guy, I'm just wondering, like, where are the chia seeds, you know? And he said, it was unbelievable. He said, they're in 13B, but let me just check that. And he pulls out his phone or some kind of communication device, and he said, and as he's checking, he said, when I first started working here, they were in 3A, and last month they were in 7B, but I'm pretty sure they're now in 13B. That's exactly what he said. And by God, if they weren't there in 13B, those chia seeds. But it was just so nice, you know, the way, just the interaction is one of those things. And I thought, what a difference just to be nice to someone, and how it can really change someone's day. I mean, it really can. We just underestimate that all the time. The other interaction, going back to when I was a junior in college and kind of just sort of spending most of my college touring around with the Grateful Dead, and I was really, depended who you asked at the time. If you asked my parents, they would have said I was directionless, maybe. I don't know if my parents are watching tonight. Hi, Mom and Dad. I thought I was following a direction. I kind of was, but it probably wasn't the best direction for me in terms of any kind of future. I had this interaction with a professor of mine named Joe Cunningham, and he was a psychology professor, after class one day, and he pulled me aside, and you know, I was in the class, and he kind of knew who I was. It was a small class, and I wasn't doing particularly well, you know, in the class. And he pulled me aside and he said, you know, I think you have some potential in you, and I think you can do better than you're doing. And that was kind of the little kick in the tush, you know. And after that interaction, which probably lasted for 2 minutes, and after that interaction, I remember walking back from class that day, and I thought to myself, you know, maybe he's right. Maybe I can do better than I'm doing. And since then, I have tried to. It doesn't always work out, you know, but at least I've tried to do better. And so think for a second tonight, you know, who are those people? Maybe today you had some kind of interaction and it just sort of set your day off in a different direction. Maybe like last year you had a significant interaction, or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, that really made a difference. And again, the people might not even realize it. They might not even know, you know. But for you, it can make all the difference in the world. And part of what you can learn from that is that when you interact with others, you can do the same. Shabbat Shalom.
We continue now in our prayers on page 118, and we rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כאויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגול עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו ירבהם אלוהים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כגתו בתורתו וידעת היום, וידעת היום, והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ, ועל הארץ, מתחת עינות.
Continuing on page 120.
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
Everyone may be seated. We pause again at this time to remember with reverence those of our loved ones who have yard sites this evening till tomorrow evening, which is the 19th of Kislev. Dorothy Cooper, Pauline Lee Glatt-Fink, Frida Friedman, Ruth S. Gerber, Harold Grott, Nathan Bernard Hyman, Leonard Klein, Ruth G. Landsberg, Nathaniel David Levin, Rosalie Melnick, Hyman Needleman, Ella Pasco, Albert E. Rosen, Cindy Schiff, Louis Schemmer, Alan B. Schenker, Arlene Steinberg, Isaac Zlotowitz, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. May their righteous memories be a blessing always. So will those people who are in a period of mourning or observing a yard site please rise and join me in reciting the mourner's Kaddish for your loved one, page 124. Yitkadal v'yitkadash merabah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon u'v'yomei chon u'v'chayei techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimaru. Amen.
אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemeda kudasha b'rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'alma v'yimaru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru.
Amen.
Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru.
Amen.
Amen. May our loved ones' memories be for a blessing. A few announcements before we conclude our service. Announcements include tomorrow morning we have 2 study opportunities at 9 o'clock. The first is the Parsha class, the weekly Torah portion. That will be happening online tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And the second opportunity is a class in Nevi'im and Prophets, and we are studying the Judges. That will be happening. Oh, in case that changes it for anyone, we have started a new book. We just completed Judges. We will be starting up Samuel. So if anyone would like to join us, it's a great time actually to jump in then. And we will also be doing that tomorrow in the boardroom at 9 a.m. Tomorrow morning also, I think for Matt, we've got a playground Shabbat for the little kids at 10 o'clock, and that will be happening in the community room. So if anyone has kids or grandkids, please come join us for that. Tomorrow morning services are at 10. Tomorrow evening services are at 4:45. And next week, we have some special things happening for Hanukkah and some special songs sung by the choir. Is that right?
When?
Next week, Friday?
Next
Hanukkah?
Friday. Yeah.
Is that right? All right. Next Friday, come back. We'll be having some Hanukkah songs, and the choir will be singing. And the following week, which is like to just bring the light of Hanukkah a little bit longer, we're going to be doing a special Sheer Joy. So exciting for that. So not next week, but the week after. So the night that Hanukkah ends. And tonight, we will be concluding our service with Shalom Aleichem on page 16.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bokem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barchuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedkem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech Malchei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I had a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play. Oi, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel I will play. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And look, it actually took me to the second paragraph to get that. I was like, why? Exactly. And then I was like, oh, gotta get ready.
Even if it's the most familiar tune with a different word.
Yeah. Which one? David, you were awesome. You totally finished the grape juice.
Great job. Sounded.
Did we go to camp? Palmer? Poconos, right. It's so funny. When you were doing that, I was like, oh, that's right. It's Palmer. It's a Poconos thing.